Hi all. So today's topic is going to be something different or uncommon. I'm going to take you on a trip or an expedition into the anatomy of a book or the parts of book. What I'm going to do is I'll deconstruct and reduce that book, and we'll try to interpret its constituent individual parts of a book. In short, we're going to learn the vocabulary of the bits and parts and pieces what make up an entire book. So let's begin. So this is a book. The uppermost part of the book is called as the headband or the top edge. The lowermost part of the book is called as the bottom band or bottom edge, or even we can call it as a tail also, this part. This part is the uppermost part and this is the lowermost. Next is, when you open the book, there's a blank page. Okay, there is a blank page on which nothing is written. It's called as the fly leaf. Next is, when you open the middle of the book or the middle pages of the book, you can see a blank space here where the words are not printed or written, right? Because if the words would have been printed, it would be very difficult for us to read. Where the right and the left pages meet together, there is a blank space, there is an indentation, and we name it as gutter of the book, gutter. Proceeding to the next. So this is a book, right? So this part of the book, this part, that is the stiff and the narrow part where the pages and the cover of the book are all attached to this part. It's called as the spine of the book, the spine. Let's keep up the journey. Next is all the pages of the book in which words are printed or written. We name it as text block. Got it? This is the text block. Let's keep moving. When you open the book, the page to your right is called as the recto, and the page to your left is called as the verso. Okay, when you open the book, the right side is recto and the left side is verso. Verso also is the back side of the front page. Okay, verso is the left side of the page of an open book. Verso is also the back side of the front page. Hope you are enjoying. Let's keep moving. This is a novel, and on the back cover of the book, there is always a short summary or description about the novel or the story in about 100 to 120 words, which actually encourages the readers into buying the book. Okay, this description, this short summary or the description helps the readers to know what is to be expected in the book, and it helps us to get an overall idea about the book, and it prompts us, tempts us into buying the book. So it's actually a marketing strategy or a marketing plan. Why? Because if this part is exciting, then the novel turns into a smash hit or a bestseller. And if this part is boring, then the novel never becomes a bestseller. The name of this description or summary is blurb. B-L-U-R-B, blurb. Next is the pages of the book can be called as leaves or leaf of the book. Leaf is nothing but the pages of the book. Next is a removable paper cover. You can see that this is the book and there is a removable detachable paper cover, right? This can be removed. Okay, so this is usually very decorative and very attractive in high priced, overpriced, expensive books like novels and all. Now, what is the purpose of this removable paper cover? It can protect the overpriced novels and books from dirt and damage. So what can we expect on this removable paper cover? It consists of the details of the author, about the information of the book, and also how many million copies got sold. So that's also one kind of marketing strategy. We can name it as the dust jacket. This detachable or removable paper cover, we name it as dust jacket. Now, this part of the dust jacket which is hanging from the dust jacket, you can call it as a flap. The next component is end sheet, also called as the end paper, also called as the end leaf. Now, these end sheets are inside the book, but they are not the main pages, which means no words are printed on it. And these sheets are different from the flyleaf, which we discussed earlier. Now, these sheets are slightly thicker than the main pages on which words are printed. So, you call it as end sheet or end paper or end leaves. There is one or two at the front, one or two at the back side also. Let's keep progressing. Now, in most of the big budget books or novels, there is a cloth covering on this part of the book, that is in the inside of the book, to protect the big budget book from any kind of damage, made up of a cloth covering or a fabric. We can call it as a case cloth. Okay. Now, the next is hinge. Now, what is a hinge? This is the book cover. This is the book cover. This is the spine of the book, which I had mentioned earlier. Now, the part where the book cover and the spine meets together, it makes a joint, right? This joint, name it as hinge. This is a hinge. Now, the next two terms are paperback and hardcover. What are they? They are two editions of the same book. When the author releases his book, it has got very rigid and very strong, beautiful covers and full of decoration, embellishment, and it's looking very beautiful. That's a hardcover. That's a hardcover, a big budget book. Now, very soon after hardcover is released, is put up for sale, there comes paperback edition, very cheap, reasonable, very economical, made up of very flexible covers. That is paperback edition. Paperback edition of a hardcover book is very cheap. The next is a gauze strip. You find this in big budget books only. That is nothing but a thin, transparent cloth or a fabric that actually fixes the text block to its book cover. That's a gauze strip. Next, and one of the important components is a book signature. Now, what is that? Those are the raw pages before the pages actually turns into a final published book. There are many types of signature, like 8-page signature, 16-page signature, 32-page signature. Now, what are they and what is its purpose? Big budget books or heavy books, they are not and they cannot be printed page by page because it's very time consuming and not at all cost effective also. That becomes very expensive. So what the printing press does is they write the numbers this way. They write the numbers this way on large sheets of paper. They write the numbers on either side. That is, if 1 is here, 2 is to its back, and 3 is to its top, and 4 is at the back of 3, then 5 here, then 6 to its back of 5, and then 7 here, and then 8 to the back of 7. Now what they do is they fold these pages and you cut it here. Again, you cut it here. This is how they get the leaves or pages of the book. You get 1, 2, the next is 3, 4, next is 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is very time efficient and cost efficient also, because printing each page would become very Herculean or difficult task. This is the book signature. Hope you had a wonderful journey today. Stay tuned, stay updated. Have a great day.